Hey, thanks for tuning in here. Today I'm working on this 63 Chevy Nova convertible, and I'm going to be showing how to use white vinegar as a rust remover. Very delicate rust remover. Just your typical store-bought white vinegar. Just cleaning this Nova up here. I wanted to thank anybody watching this video right now. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for watching. A lot of what I do on this channel is just your basic DIY, do-it-yourself kind of stuff on cars, on houses, on whatever. But I just kind of show you my method, how I'm doing it. And, I've been working on these old cars a long time, and a lot of people don't know about the white vinegar and how simple it is as a rust remover. Everyone buys all these chemicals and navel jelly and these special paints and everything to get surface rust off. And I'm going to do a video right now on this convertible. This convertible sat outside a long time. About 8 years it sat outside with a hole in the top, and the back half of the car really got wet and rusty. And what I'm working on right now is the back seat armrests and the sheet metal that forms that whole part of the back of the car. They got pretty rusty and they're pretty grungy, but I think I can clean them up real well with the white vinegar. And that's kind of the thought of this video. Is I'm going to show you how taking something that may look too rusty to repair or like a big project, and you just submerge it in white vinegar and clean it properly, and it really cleans the metal up nice. And then you can go through and scrub it and get it ready for paint, and it's really a good way to do it. So that's what I'm doing tonight. Is I'm gonna do a white vinegar video on how to clean some of these parts. So if you're still watching, thank you for being here. Really, I'm just a small channel. I just do a lot of automotive stuff, and thanks for watching. And I'll just do the best I can to share some of the information I have, some of the knowledge I have on how to do this stuff, kind of on a budget. It's budget metal repair here. So here's the pieces I'm working on. Those are the ashtrays. This was the vinyl that was on it. I took those off, and then the little bit of hardware that came off, it's like 5 screws, but I labeled that and bagged it, keeping it with this vinyl because the interior shop wanted to look at those. So I'm saving those. Have both sides. When I took these off, they had the vinyl and everything on them, but I could see where the vinyl would peel back, but they were really rusty. They were just thick surface rust all over them, front and back. Everything is just, it's grungy. So before the upholstery shop gets them, I want to go ahead and clean these. I'm going to send them through the white vinegar like we were talking about. I'm going to take these rusty panels just like this. I'm just going to submerge them in white vinegar for about 30 hours, maybe 40 hours. With this, with your basic carbon steel, you know, sheet metal or, you know, regular steel things, it can handle the vinegar and you can leave it in there. If you use something like aluminum or magnesium, copper, those seem to really rot in vinegar, so be careful with those. The vinegar will clean it up just as well, but you really have to stay on top of them and wash them as you go. So I'm going to do these. This is the ashtray. You can see it's just full of rust because it's hard to see at this angle, but the back of the car had no top, and that ashtray sat about right here, so it just got filled up with water and whatever went into the top. I'm just going to clean them up to see how good they come out. You know, they're pretty grungy. But the white vinegar is really gentle with chrome. It's amazing how well it is with chrome. This part here where the chrome is gone, it's just going to be metal color. But these flakes where the chrome is still there, the vinegar is going to leave it. It's not going to eat it away. And these pieces will look decent when they're done. They're not going to look perfect, but they're definitely going to look decent. This one's the worst one. This one just has the thickest. This was the driver's side. The driver's side, front and back, is the worst. I think that obviously the driver's side of the roof deteriorated first. So the driver's side floor had to be re-welded. That's that. And the driver's side rear armrest is really in rough shape. A lot more rust on this side, but that vinegar should really clean it up. It'll clean it up real nice. So here's the tub that I'm going to be using. I already put the vinegar in there. I put, so far, 6 gallons. That's all I bought today. I had to prop the tub up at a little bit of an angle. These panels are too big to fit in this tub anyway, so I think what I'm going to do is just put them in as deep as I can and then just rotate them. Just think if I put them in there. Well, now that I'm looking at the angle, just do it flat like that. And that portion will get in the vinegar. You'll be able to wash that and move it around. Little stuff like this. Just throw it in there. So I'll probably leave this overnight, just like this. And then clean it up, scrub it and clean it. And move it so some of the other areas get covered in the vinegar. And it's going to clean that rust right up. Still got this thing waiting on me. This is my 1947 Plymouth two-door coupe. It's got a pretty radical motor in it. Posi-lock rear end. It's going to be a good little runner. As a friend of mine said just the other day, he said he was talking about his own vehicle, but he said his vehicle is going to hurt feelings. And I kind of feel that about this car. This car is going to hurt somebody's feelings. This thing's going to have a lot of power, and it's going to look like a daily driver. Just a stock old beater. Bad paint, but it's gonna run. I'm just gonna let this vinegar take its time and eat that rust up. Got the new floor in. Got it all welded in. Top side, bottom side. Have that raw metal etching paint on. Help it not rust. Next I'm going to do a seam sealer. I've got this 3M urethane seam sealer. So I'm going to seal that all up, top and bottom. And start putting my sound deadening and insulation and my carpet in. Alright, let's see how these parts are going. That vinegar. Well, I ended up changing things around a little bit with the tub. The tub was too small. So what I ended up doing is laying the parts down in a plastic bag in a wheelbarrow so that they can be fully submerged, and then filling the bag up with vinegar. You can see the ashtrays down in there and bottoms of the panels. Just see stuff that's come off the panel just floating around in the water. So at this point, it's been a little longer than I anticipated. I've had these submerged for about a week now, because that rust was so thick and pitted. I took them out a couple days ago and looked at them and just put them right back in the vinegar. So they've been sitting here. I've unfortunately poked a hole in my bag, but you can see the rust just flowing out of the bag. The rust is just floating around in the water at this point. Let's see. Here's one of the ashtrays. See, it just takes the rust right off. The chrome is gone from where the rust was, obviously. Like any rust on there, just cleans it right off. Here, a little these weren't so bad. This wasn't my emphasis. I didn't even scrub down in there. This will come off too. I'm not worried about the ashtrays so much because I bought new ones already. The main thing is these panels, because it's a convertible and there's these sheet metal panels. So let's see. There's more parts of the ashtray. Those came out pretty clean. It came out actually really good. That's just fine. I'll use this piece. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly clean. Underside and top side, everything. I didn't even wipe it down. That's just from it sitting in there. There's residue I could wipe off. That's clean. This one had some pitting, some flaking here. Other than the distortion in the surface, you don't even see where the rust was. It's just from sitting in there. But like I said, my main concern are these panels. Another ashtray. These panels were completely coated in pitting rust. Let's see how they come out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's fresh out of the vinegar. You go back a few minutes in the video and you look at what these looked like before I put them in here. There's some spots I could scrub. That's clean metal. That is clean metal right there. Smooth, clean metal. You can see where some of the pitting was, but it's gone. Just wipe it down. All that rust that was back here, that feels like nice, smooth metal right there. Alright, let's look at some of the other ones. Let's see how they did. Where are you at? You can see the residue. Look at the rest in the water, or in the vinegar. Just rinse it off. Something right here. Oh, that's... Look how clean that is. Fresh out of the batch. Little residue. That'll wipe right off. That right there will wipe right off. Just using a microfiber towel. Nothing, no Mr. Clean scrub pad or anything. There it is. Look all in here where it was really rusty. And here, little rust spot right there. Just wipe it off. A little bit of residue there. You know, they could be scrubbed and cleaned. I'm sure I'll give them a good wash after this before I paint them. But that's it, right out of the mix. Alright, there's that little bit of rust right there. Just rub it with the towel. Got one little ornery spot there. But considering everything else with these, that's not a big deal. I can spend a little time with some sandpaper and clean that one little pit out. And they feel smooth. The pitting is gone. They're smooth. Listen. Smooth. This little residue here just wipes off. See, these two panels here, these are the lower panels. These were much worse. Get the rust off of them. Oh, the train's coming. There's a train coming. It's going to be noisy for a second, but I can't control that. So just bear with me as I... Well, you can see here, this is a great example. You can see where it was in the vinegar and where it was not in the vinegar. There's the perfect line of where the vinegar was. Look how corroded and rusty this is. Thick. It's still just from being in there and getting the moisture and everything on it. That helped. Look at that. Took it right off. Took it right off. Clean. You said thick, dark, pitting rust all through here, like that. This whole panel was rusted like that. You can see where it's eating the metal up a little bit. But that bit there will probably wipe off also. No, that feels pretty strong. That needs to be submerged in its own. But a lot of this other stuff will wipe right off. Oh, here comes the train. This guy loves to blow his horn. It's gonna be like 7 seconds of horn sound coming up. So just, if you got your volume up right now, turn it off for just a second. I can hear him coming. Well, maybe he stopped. But this was all rust. All this was rusted. These were strips of rust here. Just cleans it right up. Here he is. Here's the train. No, maybe not. This was all thick, dark, really heavy rust in here. Look how clean that metal looks. Still a little pitted. I mean, obviously the vinegar is not going to add the metal back. But all the pits are clean. Everything's clean and smooth. This all feels perfectly smooth. It came out great. It came out really good. This is just no elbow grease. I'm not spending a bunch of time with a sander or a grinder cutting away at the metal and cleaning this all up. I just put it in the solvent, the white vinegar, and it just eats the rest away. Cleans these panels right up. So now I can go with a raw metal paint and paint these with an etching paint. A sort of, I don't know, epoxy sealer maybe, an enamel. I just don't know. But I'll paint these, and I can send them to the upholstery shop, and they can cover them with vinyl or leather, I guess, since I'm doing leather interior. Cover them with leather for me, and it's going to last for a little while instead of trying to glue to rust. Okay, one last panel to look at here. See how it looks. Trying to get it out without ripping my bag. Oh, this one looks the worst. Maybe because it was on the bottom. I didn't clean it. Oh well. Okay, well, I think it's just residue from the other panels on it. I don't think it's actually still rusty. No, it's just residue. But you can see where it wasn't in the vinegar and it was in the vinegar. This was caked with rust. All in here was packed with it. It was thick, like you see under here. This whole underside. The whole top of this. Again, you can see where the vinegar hit it and the vinegar did not hit it. Even the fumes from the vinegar helps take some of that off. Okay, here comes the train for sure this time. Sorry for the false alarms. There's going to be a train going by. I just wipe them clean and I'm done. the panel. That's all of them. I've got them in this tub. I'm gonna wash them real good. Probably paint them tonight. So that's how white vinegar does. If you've got something rusty, you know, old crescent wrench or whatever, it works on metal. Works really good. It's pretty cheap. You need to submerge it. You can use it as a cleaner, but it really works if you submerge it for hours. This batch here, I ended up leaving a whole week. It's Friday night again. So, not a whole week, 5 days. I did this Monday. So, 5 days of sitting, and I took them out. I took them all out of the vinegar a couple of days ago. I think Wednesday, maybe it was Tuesday. I think Monday I did them, and then Tuesday I took them out and scrubbed them. And I just washed them in here, but they weren't ready enough. They weren't perfectly clean this is not perfectly clean, however, it's a lot cleaner than they were. They weren't clean enough for my satisfaction, so I put it back in and gave them a few more days. But taking things out periodically and cleaning the layer of rust lets the vinegar get a little deeper and get to your next layer and really clean it up. So that's it. That, I think, concludes my video of using white vinegar. I can't say the word vinegar tonight. White vinegar to clean metal. I hope this helps you. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you're still here, please hit the like button. Please tell your friends. I could use subscribers. Okay, thanks for watching.